What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And this one I want to talk about some very important things about trading Tesla, what you should be watching for as time progresses when it comes to trading, and some very important lessons from my life, which could help you improve your trading tactics. Before I begin to delve all this information, before I talk about some very important things about Tesla and price action and also for trading, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, for Tesla, this thing is absolutely wild. Sometimes it can be very difficult to trade Tesla considering how the news is just all over the place with this thing. And there's been a lot of bad news coming out that's led to manipulation, in my opinion. So I want to break down some very important things about trading Tesla and what you should be watching for. So when it comes to Tesla, in the past, like if we go back 6 months from now, it was a lot easier to trade Tesla because of the fact that news was a lot more consistent and Tesla was making more fluid moves. But as of recently, there's been a big shift in Tesla because of the fact that there's so much news dictating the way it moves. And news is having a very, very big effect on it, leading this thing to having a lot of these red days, a lot of like pops and drops, lots of gap downs. So it makes things very difficult. With that being said, I want to make it very clear that when things like this happen, this kind of like entails the way the market like moves, the way the market kind of like works. The market tends to not be very consistent. And let me give you another example of this. So let's look at SPY. Look at how this thing's been moving just for the last couple of weeks, right? We had days where this thing came down hard, it went up, came down, traded sideways, pumped very hard, pumped and dumped, then it kind of consolidated and saw a little pop and drop. I mean, one day it's going up, another day it's popping and dropping, and another day it's chopping. It's all over the place. Tesla is no different. One day, Tesla has like an entire week. One week, it could just be selling off. Bad news, bad news, bad news. It sells off like crazy. Then we get this big bounce, comes back down, trades sideways, bounces again, comes back down, tries to rebound. It's crazy, guys. It's madness. So when you're trading, you have to be able to really adjust your strategies. Sometimes buying like long term calls could work. Sometimes it's not smart to do that. Sometimes trying to short it at certain levels could work very well. Other days, it's just like, it's very difficult, especially trying to hold overnight with all this news coming out. So, a strategy that could work very well for Tesla right now would be scalping. There are other cycles where it's better to just hold like long term calls, long term puts, do something like that. But in this case, I would say that scalping could work very well for something like this, and you have to be very adaptive. Now, this relates to trading and I would say market psychology because you have to have a very, very strong mind, a massive mental fortitude to be able to handle this. Okay. And this is kind of relates to like my personal life too, because for me to have gained the fortitude necessary to be able to trade Tesla, to be able to analyze this on a daily basis, I had to really learn to discipline myself and I had to learn to really transform my entire life. Okay. Just to be blunt with you. What does this mean? One thing I wanted to share is that I grew up with insomnia and it made it very difficult for me to not just sleep, but really concentrate during the day. So to overcome, this big issue, this, big thing I had to deal with, I had to do a lot of things necessary to get more sleep in, whether it's sleeping in a completely dark room, uh, you know, trying to do other things necessary, such as limiting what I end up eating before I go to bed. Doing a lot of exercise before bed could work very well too. Taking a quick shower and getting ready. Those are all different steps of discipline I had to do to really get that sleep in because I live in the west coast of the US and the stock market opens at 6:30 a.m. for me. So it's very early. I also have to wake up much earlier to like do an analysis on the markets, kind of look at the pre-market. So it requires me to be very disciplined. That's a very, very big part of success to be able to day trade, to be able to be an athlete and do whatever is necessary. But to maintain this discipline, everything around your life is going to be like kind of embedded in your success, in my opinion. So if you are, trying to improve your mind to be able to trade, what do you have to do? You have to sleep more. How do you sleep more? Well, you can't be with friends going to party on Thursday nights and staying up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, for example. That makes it very difficult to wake up early to be able to fix your mind, be ready for the next trading day. So that's one example, a very, very simple example, right? So this means that in your life, you could have fun, you could do things, you could go out, but you have to be able to balance everything. You can't have too much fun every single day. You can't be having way too much fun all the time. And simultaneously, you don't want to be a slave at the same time. You want to be able to balance everything. And you have to be able to know when it's too late. You have to step back a bit and when you don't want to do that. But in my personal life, for me to be a successful day trader, I have to discipline everything. Okay, at least for the time being. I have to be able to sleep early. I have to be able to clean up my act, be able to go to the gym. And I also have to surround myself with great people. And that is something that's very difficult, believe it or not. Some people may have it easier than others, depending on where you grew up and all these other factors. But that's a very, very important lesson in trading who you surround yourself with. Are you around very, very supportive people, great traders who are motivating you to be better? Are you around other people who are motivating you to be better, other people that you could build trust in? Or are you around people who are holding you back in life? Are you around people who are not the best influences? Think about it, guys. That's very important. And unfortunately, I have to say some things which could be a little bit daunting to people. In my life, I learned a lot of very, very hard lessons. And I've been betrayed, I've been cheated on, I've gone through all of that in my life. I just want to say that you shouldn't be too naive when you meet a person. And you always have to learn that I'd say trust is not necessarily just given out. You have to get people to earn it from you. Meaning, how are you going to earn someone's trust? How do you earn the trust from someone? How does someone else earn trust for you? And the way it works is I would say that the best way to do it is either you have to like really get to know them or you have to experience hardships and life with them. I think those are the two best ways to gain trust in others. This also relates to like relationships or marriage, right? I wouldn't want to marry someone I just have fun with all the time. I want to marry someone I know I could trust a lot, even in bad situations. And we have to work a lot of other things out. But that's just an example. But I'm not trying to make this like a therapy session or anything like this. I just want to let everyone know that this is actually vital for trading and success in life. You want to surround yourself with great people. You don't want to be around people who are influencing you to drink all night on a Thursday when you know you have to try to trade the next day. That's just one example. You want to be around people who are trying to motivate you. And then in order to get great people, you have to be able to put yourself out there. You have to be, you have to really get out of your comfort zone. And you also have to take a look at who's already in your life. Is the person you're with every day or the people you're around every weekend, are they always the right people? Are they the best people or are they not the best people? That's up to you to decide whatever you want to do with your life. I can't give you a comprehensive view of your own life. Everyone has a very, very different perspective. We all think differently to some extent, and we may see things differently as we've experienced different things. So, what I will say is this: in my life, gaining trust is something that could be very difficult. You could know someone your entire life since you were babies together, and they could still lose your trust. Never forget that. Okay. This does not mean you shouldn't trust anyone. Like if I meet a random person on the streets, I could I could have a good conversation with them. You could read a person just by how they speak to you, but I'm not going to fully trust them the day I meet them. Even if I know them for a year, I may not fully trust them because I didn't experience certain things with them. Maybe I didn't know everything about them in their personal life. So it takes a lot to really get to know someone. And the best way to build trust, once again, is to either get to know them for a long time or experience life with them. And I think that experience life with someone is one of the best ways to really build trust in someone because when you see the hardships, those expose people's true colors. And you have to remember that. So, anyways, enough about that. I just want to make it clear that you may have to go through life to really find people that you trust, people that you could really love, and people who will really motivate you. Whether it's through breakups, whether it's through something really bad that happens, the people who stick with you, who are there for you through hardships, may be some of the best people. The people you could trust through those hardships are great people in your life, most likely. So I really hope that you could find people that you could trust because they'd have to earn it from you and you have to earn it from them. Never forget that. Treat others as you want to be treated. And always remember that life is not just about strictness and solely just about discipline. You could have a lot of fun. You can do great things. I have a lot of fun too all the time. But I learned to balance everything very, very nicely, right? I spend a lot of time trading, a lot of time studying, a lot of time doing the work I do, but I don't work too hard. I also take some time off, make time for the gym, make time to go for swims, make time for the people I love. But the reason why I love the people I love is because I managed to build trust in a lot of people. It took years, and I kind of distanced myself from people I wouldn't trust, and I spend more time with people I know who are a lot better people. So that's a very important lesson that I learned in my life, and I really hope that you could learn this as well without having to go through the worst of things. But sometimes it has to happen. But stay true to yourself, work hard, and never ever give up. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve if you put your mind to it and you remain disciplined and you work hard. So remember, in your life, all these things are they're basically going to come together in between, and they're woven in your life. So your relationships, your friendships, your daily routines, what kind of food you eat, whether you go to the gym, do you get enough sleep? All of this can influence your success, believe it or not. You have to remember this. Okay. Are the decisions you're making going to influence you to become more fit, to become a better trader, to improve your mind? Or are they making you the exact opposite? Because that could be a very, very big factor to being able to trade. So, to be able to trade these markets, I personally need a very, very clear mind. I have to get my exercise out of the way. I have to be very concentrated for very long periods of time. And I have to be very disciplined. You guys know I wake up very early in the morning every single day, 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes at 4:50 a.m. I wake up, I do my stretches, I'm up, wake myself up, and I start looking at the charts, I start making some videos, and I get ready for whatever has to get done for the trading day. So discipline trumps motivation. Work hard, and remember, whatever you're doing in life, the things outside of your work play a big vital role in your success. So here's another example. Look at Elon Musk. I know a lot of people may not like him. Some people do like him. Whatever you think of him, it's fine. But you can't deny that Elon Musk is very successful. How did he become successful? Is it just because of him alone? I don't think so, guys. He is working with the best engineers, the best teams. He's surrounding himself with engineers, right? Scientists, even some doctors. He's working around great people. He spends the bulk majority of his time with those kinds of people, other entrepreneurs, other innovators, right? He spends a lot of time with those sorts of people, and those have helped him as he has helped them. Not saying he's perfect or anything like that. I just want to make it very clear. I want you guys to kind of think about that. Think about these guys like Jeff Bezos. Think about Jensen Huang. Think about Bill Gates. You may dislike a lot of these people. It's completely okay with me. I'm not forcing you to like any of them. But one thing you have to remember in life is that whether you like or dislike someone, there's always a lesson that can be learned from everyone. Even people who have done horrible things, people who are in jail, people who are in bad situations, there's always a lesson to learn from them. You can learn what not to do from someone. You can learn what to do from someone. That's something very, very interesting. So let me make it clear: to be successful in this game, you have to be able to balance your life, and it doesn't just come from being able to analyze the charts. You have to be able to handle all this crazy price action on a daily basis. It's all over the place. Put your biases aside and look at the charts. And when doing so, when you put your biases aside and manage risks, you need discipline, and you need those people. If you do want to depend on someone, you don't have to depend on anyone. But if you need the right people to be there for you, if you need good relationships, if you want a good relationship which can motivate you, you have to be able to build that trust, and you have to be able to understand what it means to be what it means to actually fix up your life. That's a very, very important part of trading, in my opinion. So that being said, guys, always identify what is holding you back. Is it the people around you? Is it because you have insomnia like me? And what could you do to kind of overcome that? That is up to you to decide. The time is now. You have the time, that the same time that Leonardo da Vinci had. You have the same time that Elon Musk has. Are you going to transform your life, or are you going to just continue to do what you're doing? That's all up to you. Everyone, or at least the majority of people, wants to transform their lives, but most people do lack discipline. So it's up to you guys. You have the choice. You have control over your life. You can't control everyone around you, but you can control yourself. For the most part, you have so much control over a lot of things that you can end up in. So Do what's best for your life. Surround yourself with whoever you want to surround yourself with, whether it's the best people or not. That's your choice. And now the time is now. Never give up, guys. We'll see how things go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. And hopefully, this video brought a lot of value into your guys' lives. Thank you for listening. Have a great day and peace out.